Okay, we're ready again. I'm ready. I don't know about you guys. Okay. I was talking to somebody here during the break, and I mentioned about watching a cache. There's a six-pack of puzzles up in Green Bay called Sailor Jerry, and there's a final. You got to figure out the 6 puzzles to find the final. Well, I put a watch on the final, and all of a sudden here comes an email because I'm on the watch saying, here's the coordinates. So what Peach did, I don't know, but he posted the coordinates as a note. He deleted it right away, but guess what? I still got the finals. So again, it's an example of a value of watching a cache. And continuing here, I got this as a level 4, and I have no idea why. And I don't know how to solve it anymore. It's something to do with all the names down here. This could be an example of where you need to have GSAC, because one of the columns in GSAC is owner ID number. Does anybody here know their geocaching ID number? How many of you know you have one? I'm 38,349. Sometimes you'll have caches that'll say so-and-so 4th digit, so-and-so 2nd digit. It's their geocaching ID number. So, something to watch for.
You know where it shows your identifier?
It shows on your account data underneath your real name. On your profile, whatever. Jewelry box, I think this is in Watertown or someplace. It's a combination of word scrabble on the bottom and then filling in the grid. This is a strange one because it's like, okay, Wisconsin State symbol. Oh, sorry, Wisconsin State symbol. But that's got nothing to do with this puzzle. But then in the puzzle, it tells you, really, here's how to do it. You need to know Scrabble. You need to know the number value. So it's fairly easy, but this is one that was up in the Appleton area. It's archived now, but you have this big long string of letters. It's like, okay, what do you do with this? So I counted it. It's got 81 letters. I'm not sure why I counted it, but it's like, okay, 81, that's 9 times 9. So I made 9 rows of 9. I'm looking at them, I'm seeing some words, and I can't figure out what. Did I send you this email? I sent an email around to about half a dozen people with the grid saying, I can't make heads or tails of it, and they'll start laughing at me. I was reading it wrong. It was right in front of my eyes. I just didn't see it. But the words are there. You just got to put it in the right grid order. So this happened to be a 9 by 9. And it's just a matter of figuring out what the grid is, and then you got it. Lots of library caches around. I rate this fairly high, maybe like a level 4 or so, because you have to have access to the book. Where is it? Could be on the next page. But basically, this is a book that you have to go find. And you have to look in the index for like go-to function, and it gives you a page number. And that's your answer. So for North and West, they have different subject matters in the index that you have to look up. Another one with state flags or foreign countries. So it's just a matter of finding a good map site and figuring out what do you need to do with these. Since you have dates. I saw the title of this and I knew immediately, without even seeing the rest of it, what's involved. It's a mess. It says it. What a mess. Grandpa goes into this kid's room, it's a pink pit. It's like, what a mess. It is a secret code called the pink pen.
Oh. Okay.
It is also known as the Masonic Code. Supposedly the Masons used this at one time, but it's sort of like iffy. The Confederates used it during the Civil War. Let me go back and superimpose this. There's several variations, so sometimes you may not have the right setup in order to work it. This is an open square facing that way, so it's the letter F. This is a square here, so it's the letter down here. That's just a spacer. The middle one is an E. Okay, now you got a dot to distinguish it, so it is this one, O. So you just work your way through. So it's called the Pink Pen Code. It's fairly common. You see it come up maybe like once a year or so. You'll see a puzzle in Wisconsin that comes up with that. Here's the binary that's 27 pages long. And she says in it that she copied it from New Jersey, and I'm looking at New Jersey and I'm counting it, and it's like, same code, it can't possibly be a different puzzle, but it is. 27 pages, you have to cut and paste, you have to drag that thing and drag that thing and drag that thing, and then you gotta find a binary converter. But it works. Okay, here's another one, testing your memory. Come on. All right, where's my tech support left? Rob, you go out there and get tech support. Let's see what happens if I adjust it. That's, okay, all right, okay. Anybody? Hang on, Romulan, exactly. This was, I didn't know what light blue hail was until I was down here. I figured out the puzzle, and I'm down here caching with Zoom, and he's laughing at me. He says, like, well, that's Romulan drink, it's illegal. Oh, okay. So, apparently it is, I think it's Romulan. It's a drink that is so intoxicating that the Federation has made it illegal to have. So it's like prohibition in outer space. This is one up in Minnesota. Just a bunch of trivia. How many keys are on a piano? How many stripes in the U.S. flag? How many squares on a checkerboard, etc. So you see something like this fairly often. They ask you for all sorts of trivia questions. Anybody know how many keys on a piano? 81? 80? 88. Okay. I hate logic puzzles. This is another one I get lost on and I can't do them, so I gotta find somebody else who can figure them out. I get about halfway through and then I'm just like, I'm lost. But again, luckily these things aren't too common, but they do show up every now and then. I've actually gotten on a website and tell you exactly how to solve these things. I go through and I say, yeah, I understand that, and I get to this thing, like, forget it.